Poison Ivy was a force to be reckoned with. With her control over plants and her deep connection to the earth, she had dedicated her life to protecting the environment from human greed and exploitation. But when a new corporation threatened to destroy entire ecosystems for profit, she knew she couldn't fight them alone. That's when she reached out to her fellow nature-based heroes, Groot and Animal Man, to form the Guardians of Gaia. Groot, a humanoid tree from another planet, may have had difficulty communicating with humans, but his powers over nature were undeniable. With the ability to manipulate wood and plant life, he had a unique perspective on the importance of protecting the environment. Animal Man, on the other hand, had the power to mimic the abilities of any animal he could think of, allowing him to take on the characteristics of creatures and work in harmony with nature. Together, the Guardians of Gaia set out to protect the planet from the corporation's destructive activities. They used their powers to plant trees, create barriers to protect water sources, and even communicate with animals to understand their needs. They worked tirelessly to stop the corporation's expansion, taking on their machines and henchmen with all their might. But the corporation was powerful, and they weren't afraid to use dirty tactics to get what they wanted. They spread false rumors about the Guardians, framed them for crimes, and even hired hitmen to take them out. Despite these challenges, the Guardians persevered, knowing that the survival of the planet depended on their success. In the end, the Guardians of Gaia emerged victorious, but not without scars. Poison Ivy, Groot, and Animal Man had all suffered injuries and faced numerous setbacks, but their commitment to the planet kept them going. They continued to work together to protect the environment, spreading their message of hope and perseverance to all who would listen. As the Guardians of Gaia continued to fight against the corporation's destruction of the environment, they faced new challenges and obstacles. The corporation had hired more powerful machines and recruited more dangerous henchmen, making it increasingly difficult for the Guardians to keep up. Despite the odds, Poison Ivy, Groot, and Animal Man refused to give up. They continued to use their unique abilities to protect the planet and its inhabitants, never losing sight of their mission. They also began to reach out to others who shared their values, forming alliances with activists, scientists, and ordinary citizens who wanted to make a difference. With the help of their new allies, the Guardians of Gaia were able to gain momentum in their fight against the corporation. They exposed the corporation's shady practices to the public, putting pressure on them to change their ways. They also implemented more effective strategies to protect vulnerable ecosystems, using their powers to heal the damage that had already been done. As their reputation grew, the Guardians of Gaia became symbols of hope and inspiration to people all over the world. They showed that even in the face of overwhelming opposition, individuals could make a difference when they stood together and fought for what they believed in. The Guardians of Gaia had succeeded in stopping the corporation from destroying the environment, but their work was far from over. They knew that they had to continue protecting the planet, for as long as there were people who saw nature as something to be exploited, there would always be a threat to the delicate balance of the ecosystem. So they continued to work, tirelessly, day in and day out. They formed partnerships with like-minded organizations and individuals, sharing resources and knowledge to create a powerful network of environmental protection. They fought against new threats that Poison Ivy, Groot, and Animal Man ventured deeper into the factory, using their unique powers to navigate the hazardous environment. Ivy used her control over plants to create a dense thicket of vines, shielding the trio from the chemicals and debris. Groot extended his wooden arms, smashing through walls and obstacles with ease, while Animal Man called upon the abilities of various animals to detect any hidden threats. Finally, they arrived at the heart of the facility, where the corporation's CEO stood, surrounded by armed guards. A tense standoff ensued, with the Guardians of Gaia using all their powers to fend off the attackers while trying to reason with the CEO. But it quickly became clear that the CEO was unwilling to negotiate, and the Guardians were forced to engage in a brutal fight. With the combined strength of their powers, Poison Ivy, Groot, and Animal Man managed to defeat the CEO and his guards, but not before the damage had been done. The factory lay in ruins, and the environmental impact of the corporation's actions would take years to repair. As they stood amidst the wreckage, the Guardians of Gaia reflected on the cost of their fight, but also the importance of their mission. They knew that the fight to protect the Earth was ongoing, and they vowed to continue their work, no matter the challenges they faced. For they were the Guardians of Gaia, the defenders of nature, and they would do whatever it takes to keep the planet safe for all its inhabitants.